I despise soft luggage. I'm really a big fan of hard luggage, not soft, for a plethora of reasons, but frankly this Nelson Rigg Hurricane gear might have just changed my mind. Soft, rugged, cost-effective, dry bag, waterproof luggage that has a lifetime warranty. That's something to be excited about. Welcome back to Moto Gear Show. It's your boy Patty-Rick, and this show is brought to you by you guys. All products you see in this show are sent to us out 100% free by different companies for us to review. That being said, none of them get to see these reviews before they go live on the internet direct to you guys. So the only way we make any money is the best way for you guys to support us is with the affiliate links in the description down below. So jump down there, check out those links. What's that gonna do is help us out a little bit, gives us a little bit of kickback for no extra cost to you for when you guys are shopping for your gear. So if you like our content and want to support the show, jump down in the links below. It really, really helps us out. So in this episode, we've got the Hurricane Adventure gear from Nelson Rigg through their Rigg Gear Adventure lineup. As you guys can see behind me, this kit's gonna include the Adventure dry bags, a 40-liter duffel bag, a 25-liter duffel bag, the 2 Rigg Pack front small bags, a tank bag, and a super cool tail bag backpack combo thingy. So the big thing about this Hurricane lineup is it is 1, super cost effective, and 2, legitimately waterproof. So a couple of important details about the Hurricane lineup: the electronically heat welded seams, both for durability and again, that waterproofing. We've got the Rigg strap mounting system, totally unique to Nelson Rigg, that allows for a really easy time mounting and dismounting all of your gear. With a plethora of straps that come with this Hurricane setup, it is super easy to take one bag, strap it to another one, strap it to another one until you build a whole army of bags. My favorite thing about the Hurricane setup has got to be the modularity of all. Not only can you attach it to one thing or the other, but you can use the backpack as a tail bag. You can use the tail bags as tank bags. You can use the tank bags as tail bags, and you can mount the saddlebags upside down if you want to. What's really nice about the Hurricane collection is all of these pieces are totally individual. So you can attach one to another one, a different one to a different one, and that one to that one, and you can build your own kit however you want to for whatever needs suit you. Here are some of the key features that I find extremely important when I look at gear like this. Number 1 is got to be on the dry bags. The air valve makes for super easy rolling the top down, getting any excess air out of those bags. Second thing I want to talk about is the straps. There are tons of them, and the new Rigg straps make it super easy to get on and off the bike. Obviously the most important thing, lifetime warranty coupled with really, really great customer service. And I actually did have an issue with one of my bags early on, but I'll tell you guys all about that later. Here is 1/2 of the Adventure saddlebags. They come in at $299.95. Here's the Hurricane 2.0 waterproof backpack / tail bag. Comes in at $169.95. This is the Hurricane H2O waterproof tank bag at $149.95. I've got 2 of these little cuties on the Super T. This is the Rigg Pack dry bag for $49.99. This big guy right here is the 40-liter dry bag at $129.99. And this is the 25-liter dry bag at $109.95. One of the main reasons we wanted to check out the Hurricane lineup from Rigg Gear is its price point. Theoretically, all of that gear behind me plus a little bit extra for under $1,000 should be a great value for money, but we've really got to see if less money equals less quality, and we're going to find out on a ride. As you guys can see behind me is going to be my personal Rigg Gear loadout. The 2 small Rigg Pack bags, the 40-liter duffel bag for moto camping or any sort of extended adventure, and then the saddlebags for daily use when I feel like I need a dry bag. Alright guys, so Chase and I are out here at Brasstown Bald, the highest point here in Georgia, and we are doing a ride today on the CF Moto 450 SS as well as my Yamaha Super T. And all this is part of our review, not only of the 450 SS and its kind of road trip capabilities, but also for the Nelson Rigg Rigg Gear Adventure gear that I have here on this bike. So as you guys saw during our install process, I've got the semi-rigid dry bags here on the side. I've got the totally waterproof tank bag up here, as well as the shorty bags on either side. All of this is within the Hurricane lineup from Rigg Gear. All of it is waterproof. It is electronically heat seam welded, which is super cool, which makes them very, very durable and again waterproof. I've had a couple of issues with the tank bag that we'll talk about later, but overall I really like these bags as a dry bag option and as a soft bag option. And as I've said earlier in this video, I'm generally not a soft bag kind of guy. Okay, we are on the bike. So I am here to talk to you guys about these Nelson Rigg Hurricane Rigg Gear Adventure bags. Arguably one of the best values when it comes to soft luggage in the ADV space right now. They are very high quality. They are built well. They've got some really great kind of technology as it pertains to the electronically welded heat seams and all that fun stuff that do keep them actually waterproof, not just water resistant. The bigger bags have that valve on them. Fantastic. You love to see all of that. But what I'm going to talk to you guys about now on this MotoVlog down Brasstown Bald and then eventually to Blood Mountain here in a little bit is just kind of how they've been over the last 1,000 miles or so. You know, I want to start this off with kind of one thing that I want to get out of the way. Full disclosure, disclaimer, all that fun stuff. Generally, I much prefer hard cases for a multitude of reasons and just personal preference and things like that. But I'm generally a hard case kind of person. It's just a preference of mine, kind of always been that way. I love the ability to swap hard cases bike to bike to bike to bike as long as you have the same rack from all of those bikes or you have adapter plates available to you, which is really nice and convenient. But there are a lot of things that are very convenient about these dry bags. First of which, again, I've already spoken about, is they're waterproof. I don't have to worry about if I'm out and about, you know, I've got, maybe I'm doing a camping trip, or even if I'm just daily commuting, I do tend to keep a spare change of clothes in my bag at all times. You never know what's going to happen in the world, so I try to be prepared as I can, and in doing so, I want to keep anything that I bring with me dry. That is my kind of #1 priority outside of just keeping it safe. I don't want it to get crushed or smushed or anything like that. So the big thing about this Rigg Gear Adventure Hurricane lineup is frankly its value in the marketplace. For the amount of money you're going to spend to get what I consider my daily rider setup, which is going to be the rear bags, the Hurricane rear saddlebags, the H2O dry waterproof tank bag, as well as the two, I call them shorty bags, you can call them what you want, the two smaller bags down here. I'm really love this as a kind of daily rider soft bag setup. You know, anything large I need to carry with me, I can put in the dry bags on the rear. Anything smaller than that, I can easily fit in the tank bag, which is probably my most used item when it comes to this luggage set, is going to be that tank bag. It gets opened and closed every time I'm on the bike, 10 or 15 times. You know, especially on a day like today when we're stopping, we're getting gas, we're getting food, I'm putting my sunglasses in and out of there, I'm putting my wallet in and out of there, what have you. This gets opened and closed a lot. And over the last 1,000 miles, it has been used heavily. Now, there are a couple complaints I have about this little bag. #1 of which is no matter how tight I tighten these straps, is it just doesn't really stay perfectly stable or in its home. That being said, on my tank, I do have a GV tank ring on my fuel cap, so it is preventing it from sitting all the way down flush on the tank. But even then, it is rubberized on the bottom, and with the straps being as tight as they are, I feel like it should hold its position a little better. Now, I'm not going to say it doesn't flop around while I'm riding. It's really, I don't notice it very often, but it's just kind of a pet peeve. And that's just with all these strap style tank bags. It just kind of is what it is. No matter how hard you strap it, it's still going to wiggle, and it just kind of bothers me. I prefer something that's a little more solidly mounted. That being said, this is the second one of these tank bags that I've had. The first one I had at ADV Fest. If you guys saw that video, you saw this bag being used there. And it had, you know, probably 500 miles of hard riding that week. But, you know, my bike never went down or anything like that. It never took an impact or anything like that. But I did have an issue with one of the heat welded seams starting to tear up. Kyle at Rigg Gear, who you know from their YouTube channel, if you watch that at all, Kyle was there and graciously swapped out that bag with this one for me. They do offer a lifetime warranty on these Hurricane products and most of their other products, so it is a super easy exchange in the event you do have a weird little defect like that. Now again, this one's got about 1,000 miles on it. You can kind of see a little bit on the edges there as it's starting to peel up a little bit as well. And that's just from this thing getting used so often. It's a tank bag. Tank bags are very, very used, like I was just talking about. Other than that, for $140 and being like a true waterproof, it's got a mat pocket on it. It does have a nice divider on the inside. It is a really good bag. I do, in fact, like it. It's just, again, I wish it was a little more solid on the seams there, but again, with a lifetime warranty, what can you really complain about? Moving on to the saddlebags I've got on the rear right now, they are, again, that semi-rigid kind of dry bag. It does have a traditional roll top dry bag. You've got a valve on there to bleed air in and out, which is fantastic, makes for really compressing it very easy, but it does offer that big piece of plastic that lives down in there that's very flexible, that kind of gives it that little bit of shape that it needs. Benefit of that is obviously you can easily put a lot of stuff in there, and you're not going to worry about it being, you know, if you've got to put an odd shaped object in there, it's not going to make the whole bag look really funky or anything, because it's kind of got a little bit of a skeleton of its own. Now, there's a lot of folks out there that one of the big selling points of dry bags is the ability to like really cinch them down and kind of squish them and lower the profile of how they sit on the bike when you don't have a lot of gear in there. And you know, theoretically, I think that's a really great idea, but with this particular setup, with that large kind of piece of plastic that gives it its shape, it can get difficult to get that piece of plastic in and out. And given kind of how it's secured in there, I really don't want to put any extra wear and tear if I don't have to on the inside of these bags where that plastic goes. And that does kind of eliminate its ability to cinch down and get really tiny. Hold on, guys. There we go. It does remove its ability with these bags to squish them down really flat. You know, again, I prefer the kind of filled out look anyway, and I prefer the ease of just being able to toss stuff in there and not have to worry about putting that little piece of plastic in and out to give it its shape. So I'm going to leave the things in there. That's what I'd recommend you do. If you're looking for a bag that cinches down, this can do it. But again, there's just that extra step of pulling that plastic in and out, which is a pain in the butt in my opinion. And then lastly, for kind of this daily rider setup that I have going on here, are my two little forward crash bar bags that I've got down here. They're, again, another kind of great price point, and we'll talk about price here in a second for the whole kit and caboodle, because it's staggering. If you're into hard luggage like I am, you know that you've got to definitely invest in that, and this investment is significantly smaller, so we will chat about that. But I do love these little bags up front. I was talking to Chase about it because I've been kind of struggling to figure out what to put in there. He made a really good point. You put dry gear, kind of your wet weather gear, rain jacket, frog togs, whatever you want, in one bag, something that can compress really tight, and then the other one maybe like a small toolkit, things that aren't fragile, things that you're not worried about them getting squished and crushed. For me, you know, it is on my bike especially the first piece of contact to the ground. You know, and I've dropped this bike on these bags I think twice now on the street from a standstill, and once off road. Really, they taking it like a champ. These, you know, you brush the dust off in the dirt and there's not a scrape on these bags. You cannot tell. They're very, very durable. It's really nice to see a soft bag that can take these kind of softer hits and scrapes and, you know, little punches from the ADV lifestyle and not really have to worry about them tearing open or tearing through a seam or anything like that. It's been refreshing to see that. There's a lot of dry bags and soft bags on the market that one or two drops, you're going to end up puncturing that bag, and then it's just useless as it pertains to keeping things dry, where these guys have withstood me being a jackwagon for 1,000 miles and just beating on them. I am, I'll be totally honest, I'm not gentle on my gear for the most part. You know, my bike gets dumped on occasion. If you're an ADV rider like myself and you spend a good bit of time off-road, you're going to end up dumping your bike. It happens. Just deal with it, move on. But that's why I recommend invest in really good gear that is going to take those hits and keep on trucking. If you're a dry bag, soft bag, you know, soft luggage kind of person, I don't know why you wouldn't go with this Nelson Rigg gear. Maybe you don't like the looks, that'd be fine. Everybody's got their opinion on that front. But for me, as it pertains to my kind of adventure camping, if I'm gonna use a dry bag, this is definitely the gear I'm going to use. I will say I am, again, a hard bag kind of person. Just, you know, big personal preference bump there. And I could probably talk for hours on my hard bag setup. So if you guys want to see that video, jump down in the comments below and let me know if you want to get my opinions on some hard case luggage that I've had for quite a long time. So to wrap up, again, we got a $600 set of Nelson Rigg gear, adventure gear, the Hurricane lineup. I've really enjoyed it for the last 1,000 miles or so, and we'll continue to use it going forward. So maybe we can get a long-term review out for you guys later on. But in the meantime, I'm going to have a great time with my good buddy Chase here on the backside of Blood Mountain. All right, if you guys have stuck around this long in the video, and I know it's been a long one, I very much appreciate it. If y'all have any questions about this Rigg Gear Hurricane lineup, jump down in the comments below. I'm gonna try to get down there as best I can, but the easiest way to get a hold of me is definitely gonna be over on our Discord. I'm very, very active over there. I am technically the community manager after all. So if you guys have questions, jump over there. You'll see a Moto Gear Show thread. You can ask us questions about anything you see in these videos. Jump down in the comments section below. Put OC next to your comment. You are part of the outro crew. We love regular people a long time. We love you guys just a little bit longer. So your outro crew question of the day is, are you a dry bag or a soft bag kind of person? And if you are a dry bag person, are you gonna go with the 40 liter or the 25 liter bag? Tell me down below, jump in the comments, let me know what's up. It's been your boy Patty-Rick for the Chase on Two Wheels channel for Moto Gear Show, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Fug. Full disclaimer here, I want you guys to know that brain, could you just don't? You're here talking to me on a camera on the internet. This is ridiculous. I don't have the mental capacity for this today. I need a T-Rex meme in here somewhere, Chris.
What's up, everybody? What is up, everybody? It's your boy, Patty-Rick, coming to you live from Chase's fucking garage.